Hello and welcome to the Southern View election special. Yes, we are perched outside the Vidhan Sabha as we have been over the last couple of days. Kerala's 20 seats, Karnataka's 14 have voted along with all the other seats across India in phase 2 of these elections. A fascinating contest in terms of voting and getting voters to come out has come to a close here in the states and 88 seats, but verdict of course we'll have to wait till the 4th of June. I have a fascinating bunch of people here with me outside the Vidhan Sabha, starting with the one and only Sandeep, Shastri, our psephologist, who helps decode many things. He'll try and help decode voting percentages as well. With us today we have GS Prashanth of the BJP, brightly, nicely dressed for the evening, and I have Smrudh Hegde of the Congress as well, who's here. Along with me is Pratibha Raman, my colleague, and Janani Janardhan, our colleague from NDTV Profit as well. All of us who have tracked these voting day on phase 2 in Karnataka. Of course, let me take you through the big headlines that we've tracked this of today, starting with the voting percentages. You've got Bengaluru rural at about 61%, but remember these are all percentages around 5:30 in the evening. It will get updated as we go along. Bengaluru continues to disappoint. The urban seats, Central is at 48.61%. Yesterday on our show, Harish Bijur threw a challenge to Bengaluru to say break the 56% vote share. Not happening. But of course, that's the number at the moment. We also have, in terms of news, you've got cash seizures in Chikbalapur, where a complaint has been filed against the BJP candidate after 4.8 crores cash was seized there, and also 81 lakh cash seizure in Mysore. But by and large, peaceful polling, though there were some incidents of violence reported from Mysuru, as well as a complaint against the Bengaluru South MP Tejasvi Surya for a post seeking votes in the name of religion. So that's pretty much it. But by and large, peaceful polling today, Pratibha, overall. Just give us a roundup.
That's right, peaceful polling everywhere else. Minor skirmishes here and there, especially in places like Chamrajnagar. But overall, the polling percentage, if you have to talk about it, it was pretty disappointing, especially after the kind of voting awareness.
You mean only Bengaluru? Mandya was fascinating as always in terms of polling percentage.
That's right, yes. In fact, Bengaluru rural as well, 61% there. But if you look at the three main constituencies in Bengaluru, it has been hovering only between 49 and 51. Remember, the last time in 2019, Bengaluru had recorded 53.1 or 53.7%, and this time we are talking of only 49 as an average of Bengaluru constituencies here, and that is pretty much disappointing.
But wait for a bit. These percentages will get revised. We might beat the last time target at least, if not Harish Bijur's target, right?
I think we need to look at these numbers tentatively, because more often than not they go up by around 2-3-4% when the final tally comes. But then again, even if it goes up by that percentage, it's nowhere close to what was expected in terms of a better turnout. It still is not something which we can be very enthusiastic about.
Much better than Bengaluru and the 14 seats of Karnataka is the turnout in Kerala. But first, let's just take a reactions and quick check of all those who actually came out and vote. The big high-profile faces of Bengaluru. This is what they all said after they cast their vote.
Today is a celebration day in Karnataka. It's a festival of democracy. This is a privilege that we have. This is not just a right, but it's also a duty. Because if we don't vote, we are not registering our voice.
We get an opportunity to execute the right given by our constitution to choose whatever candidate from whichever party he or she is to govern us. Therefore, today is a very happy day. Today is a day when we should all be enthusiastic to exercise that power.
ಅರೇಂಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಅವರು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮ್ಮ ಡೆಮೋಕ್ರಸಿಗೆ ಮುಂದೆ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋಕ್ಕೆ.
I think we all sort our lives out and the country needs a good leaders. I hope they do. There are people suffering out there, so I think it's all happy by the end of it, something good happens.
Well, those were the voices of those who did actually come out and vote. So let's not focus on those who didn't. Maybe they'll change their minds next time, but for the moment only on those who have voted and what this potential verdict could essentially mean. I have with us, as I mentioned, Sandeep, Shastri, psephologist, GS Prashanth and Smrudh Hegde. Before we begin the discussion, may I ask Prashanth and Smrudh Hegde to shake hands first like cricket players do after a match is over, half match done in Karnataka. Now, the rest of the match is on. But Sandeep, Shastri, would you agree if I define this phase as this was the JDS-BJP alliance versus Siddaramaiah Shivkumar phase, and the next phase that we're going into Karnataka is really the Congress Kharge and the rest versus the BJP phase?
You're right, Veera. The old Mysore region and the south, which went to vote today, saw the impact of the alliance in some ways. And as you said, in the case of the Congress, Shivkumar and Siddaramaiah's role. As we move to the next phase, the Lingayat factor would become very critical. And that has been in some ways the bastion of the BJP, especially in Lok Sabha elections. So will the Congress be able to claw back there is a question which a lot of people are looking at. The 14 seats of the south, I think it's been a very, very stiff contest with the BJP seeking to hold on to what it has. And the fact that there are certain internal challenges it faces, and the fact that the Congress came with a very spirited effort at its guarantees made the fight very stiff, and it will be interesting to see which direction it goes.
So let's take that point across to GS Prashanth. Some of these seats are seats which the BJP has won since 2004 without break. Bengaluru South even much before that, since 1991. But this time, the Siddaramaiah Shivkumar double engine that the Congress says has thrown a strong challenge to the BJP in these regions. Is there a sense of nervousness this time?
Well, definitely there's no nervousness. Congress probably is now trying to bank on their guarantees, due to which they succeeded in the assembly elections. They're trying to bank on the same guarantees. But historically, if you look at from 2004, people in Karnataka voted differently in Lok Sabha and Vidhan Sabha continuously. You take in 2004, when SM Krishna was the thing, and when Congress came back to power, BJP got record number of seats for the first time in Karnataka, then in Lok Sabha. And moreover in 2009, when Congress got about 200 seats plus in the Lok Sabha, in Karnataka, Congress was I think 9 seats and BJP was 17 seats. So therefore, in the Lok Sabha elections, people have continuously blessed BJP for the last 25 years. And therefore, I see no reason why they would not do so, more so with Modi ji 3.0 at the helm, and we are looking at Viksit Bharat. People will definitely bless us more than what they have done in the past. So therefore, Karnataka will never disappoint BJP, and we will come back in flying colours.
Prashanth is getting ready for phase 2 election campaign. It shows very clearly, but we're standing outside the Vidhan Sabha. Tell me honestly, Smrudh, is there a nervousness within the Congress that the impact or the result of these elections could have an impact on the stability of the government here in the state?
I think we are extremely confident after absolutely obliterating the BJP in the first phase of elections. I think now we're going to sweep the second too. The focus in the minds of the educated and the informed voters of India is on unemployment, it's on job creation, it's on inflation, it's on price rise, it's on protecting our border states, it's on providing rights and justice to the poor by giving them our guarantees, and most importantly, it's about protecting our democracy. It's about protecting our constitution and our social fabric. And when these factors are considered, I have no doubt in my mind that the people are going to reject the track record of the BJP of the last 10 years and vote for the Congress party, who have provided them guarantees through and are going to provide them more by delivering their Nyay Patra and enforcing it. Let's not forget that the BJP currently has 26 members of parliament in Karnataka who have not done a single work in Karnataka. They have not been able to provide on jobs. They have not been able to raise the voice of people in Karnataka. We have not been receiving our right in taxes. They have entirely failed. they have entirely failed, and which is the
Wait. You know, look at this. Come closer,
See,
both of you.
See,
I think
Rivera,
it's time.
on the
See,
devolution
you see, you
of taxes,
can.
on the devolution of taxes, whatever Congress is spreading to is absolute lies, because Finance Commission is a body and by appointed as a constitutional body as per the Constitution, and therefore no government, central government has a say in how the Finance Commission decides. And even when the Finance Commission decided the parameters for how the tax have to be devolved, they had consultative meetings in all the states, including Karnataka. In the previous occasion, it was Siddaramaia's government,
we get a response
and they
here.
did not respond.
Meena, for once, I think both the Congress and BJP spokespersons are correct. I think what has happened is the Chief Minister is right in saying that the state has been disadvantaged. Nirmala Sitaram is right in saying that I have no control over that, because this is something which the Finance Commission came up with the wrong methodology, which has adversely impacted Karnataka. So I think that, but then both sides are using it to their mutual advantage.
Is this really a defining feature of the debate? My question I'm going across to, this is a substantive debate that needs a much larger, audience as well as experts to discuss. And it's something that needs to be addressed at a level. But let's go to the core of the debate. While you address these issues, is the core of Karnataka and these elections still about the caste arithmetic? Is it about keeping the Ahinda vote alive as far as the Congress is concerned and ensuring that a Vokkaliga Lingayat consolidation does not rout the Congress in the old Mysuru region? Is that your big worry as far as this alliance is concerned? I mean the BJP-JDS alliance.
See, the Congress follows the policy of Sarva Janangada Shanti Atota. We want the development of all people, of all castes, of all people in society. So we work towards that, and our guarantees are an example of that. Now, coming to the reasons of why people are voting for the Congress is because Karnataka remembers. Karnataka remembers the COVID scams. Karnataka remembers how the Bommai government, the BJP government and the Yediyurappa government were not providing for the people and letting people die on the streets of the... No, let me finish, sir. Let me finish. Let me finish. Let me make my point. Let me make my point. Karnataka remembers how when we were inflicted by drought, we had to knock on the doors of the Supreme Court to get our drought relief. The people of Karnataka remember of how our MPs have not stood up for us. So naturally, the people of Karnataka feel betrayed by the BJP. And the only option right now, who's going to hold the hands of the people, is the Congress party.
Okay.
Veera, the funniest part is Congress holding the hands of people. They will only hold the hands of the minorities. Because if you look at their manifesto, it only spoke about minorities. And what was Congress's greatest advisor to Rahul Gandhi talking about? Bringing back the inheritance and taking away people's hard-earned wealth. So this has been the Congress USP. And Congress will have a defense to say Rajiv Gandhi abolished in 1985. And we have a reason to. After Indira Gandhi's death, to inherit her properties, Rajiv Gandhi had no position but to scrap the estate duty law then to inherit wealth. Or else, probably they would have got much more.
Let me get a quick response from the Congress to it, and I want to move forward.
So the BJP love to reduce the discourse into religious politics and into such, frivolous issues of Hindu, Muslim.
You have in your manifesto about minority,
let me speak.
and you have the audacity to say it is frivolous. You put Hindus under constant threat.
We have a manifesto.
By which community person? And your person, your chief minister and home minister. Frivolous issue to say.
No, hang on. I'll have to come in as umpire down and say that, now we need to have this one on it. Sandeep Shastri, is this high charge debate really what is playing on the ground? And I'm going to the question I asked him. Or is this going to be about caste arithmetic at the end of the day at the grassroots?
I think the debate we have heard here is a debate which will go on the ground also. But then caste arithmetic needs to be seen with alliance chemistry also. You see, the fluidity of the alliances which require this caste chemistry to be established is something which will be tested in this election. Will the vote transfer at the ground level happen? And that's what is the hope of the BJP-led alliance. There have been certain tensions on that, and what will its impact be? So yes, caste is a critical factor, but then caste alone, I think, will not define and decide these elections. There are critical questions of the chemistry of the alliance. There are critical questions in every constituency which make the competition very different. I think, so as I often say, geography, chemistry and arithmetic will decide in Karnataka where the things go
Geography,
forward.
chemistry and arithmetic, and we are entering into a fascinating geography in terms of phase 3 in Karnataka, because that's a region which is extremely diverse, not something that can be actually, if I may argue, defined as easily even as the old Mysuru region, which seems to have some kind of homogeneity. With this Hyderabad, Karnataka on the one side, Mumbai, Karnataka on the other side, extremely different factors. I'm going to get last words from my politician, but before that, I have this young colleague of ours, Janani Janardhan, who's been talking to all the industry voices. You know, you heard this debate going on here. Does this resonate amongst the industry voices you spoke to in Bengaluru and about that startup community we talk about? Did they even come out to vote today, because you had a lot of voter apathy in terms of voting percentages that we see?
That's actually precisely the point.
And you came down from Delhi to cast your vote.
I did. Precisely the point. In fact, while all of these startup, founders, while the industry says we're doing our very best to get these people to come out and vote, corporates have not really walked the talk. And the fact remains that the voter turnout, as of at least 5 o'clock, like Sir said, these tend to keep changing. But as for now, they don't inspire confidence. What I did find interesting, however, one of them said is, no matter how much we urge our employees, they vote as individuals. So corporates will come in when the budget is presented. So that's what they told me, that infrastructure, stability, these are the words, that buzzwords they're looking for, and maybe they have just taken a backseat now until whoever presents the budget.
Okay, that's a very interesting point. When the budget comes, the corporates will come in. Now, I think Prashanth has taken a deep breath. Calm down. Let's take the final words from Smrudh and Prashanth. Phase 2, what's going to be the crucial factors for the Congress? What's going to be the defining features for the Congress? Because as Prashanth points out, assembly election, parliamentary election have been two very different stories in Karnataka. So as far as the Congress is concerned, is there a worry that, look, are we depending too much on the assembly election results, on the performance of a state government in a parliamentary election?
Let us not forget that in the last 10 years, the BJP have been in government in the centre. You're questioning the last 1 year government of Siddaramaiah, which has provided on its promises and delivered. But let's not forget, for the last 10 years, they have been in power in the centre. What has Karnataka received? Nothing. They have received injustice, they have received hate, they have received division on political lines. Whatever, when we ask about price rise, when we ask about inflation, when we ask about employment, when we ask about what is rightly supposed to come to us, then they bring in religious issues. That's their way of diverting it. So people are sick and tired of it. And that is going to be shown in this result, which will give a clear mandate to the Congress party.
Prashant, strong insinuation there. Your response?
Definitely not. See, Congress is bankrupt of ideas, because where was India on the world map 10 years ago? We were in the 11th. No, wait, Samrudh, wait. No. Where was India? It was number 11. Number 11. We are now top 5. And we are inching towards becoming the top 3 by 27 or 28, which means it has happened only because of a robust and a stable government, which is actually run by the government there, and not somebody crown prince sitting and tearing up ordinances of prime ministers. Our prime minister is a strong enough individual who controls how the government is run, and we have a stable government. And even during the Russia-Ukraine war, we were able to have a ceasefire to get our students back, and so therefore, which the world has not seen. It is unprecedented that India on global map is being respected, and the respect is at the highest now.
Time out, Sandeep. Shastri,
I think it's clear. The BJP is banking on the Prime Minister's charisma and leadership, and hoping that would be able to put on the back burner issues which could be a challenge. The Congress, on the other hand, has a very localized campaign with regard to the 5 guarantees they have. And I think this phase which we have completed today, and the second phase we will see, will be a fight on which of these 2 narratives actually captures the voters' imagination.
As always, very well put, Sandeep Shastri. That's the defining feature, according to Sandeep Shastri, of this election, and not just phase 1 or phase 2. It's about phase 3 as well, because remember, that's a very crucial phase as far as Karnataka. 14 more seats to go to polls, including Hyderabad, Karnataka, where Mallikarjun Kharge's son-in-law is contesting, and in Hubli, where Union Minister Prahlad Joshi is contesting. Some fascinating contests in Belgavi, Chikkodi, Uttar Kannada as well, where we'll be travelling on our Southern View election special journey. But for the moment, to focus on another state which voted en masse today, the 20 seats of Kerala, where my colleague Uma Sudhir has been tracking all those developments very closely. Uma, first give us the numbers as far as the voter turnout is concerned. as at the moment reported, obviously those will get updated as we go along. Not as high as what we noticed last time, is it?
The enthusiasm among the voters was certainly not lacking. The numbers that last came in was suggesting 69% at 5 p.m., which means that yes, it will go to 73%. And overall, the state, the rural area especially, everyone that I spoke to who has been observing Kerala elections for a long time say it will be in the 75% range and it's not going to come down. Keralites, as we have been discussing, very, very much enthusiastic, very involved with their elections. And that's the reason why, in fact, we have seen about 3,000 people coming in airlines subsidized or organized, should I say, by the Muslim Cultural Committee. But yes, they came in what are called as vote vimanas, and they came to vote in the election here. Plus, of course, there are people from Bengaluru, there are people from Delhi, Bombay, Hyderabad, all those states, and they are coming with their own political ideas about what they want to see their home state like, and that is where I think the voice of change was also getting reflected there, because they have seen what Bengaluru looks like and the tech hub there looks like, and they want something like that in Kerala as well, not wanting to necessarily look at those other places and think, oh wow, what a tech city, and why not Thiruvananthapuram, because many of them pointed out to me that despite having perhaps the most urban MP, most articulate MP, quite a high profile MP, that not much has changed about Thiruvananthapuram, and they look for multiple reasons for it themselves to explain why this happened. But all in all, what I must point out is that very high-pitched battle, huge involvement of people. Very interestingly, Veera, everywhere I went, there are so many posters of whether it is Rajiv Chandrasekhar or Shashi Tharoor or the third player, which is Ponniyin Ravindran. And when they were taking off the posters after the election, when I asked them, they said the permission was in fact given last night to these parties to put up those posters, and overnight all three parties came up with their, the candidate faces, and they pasted it all over the place. As you would know, in every election on voting day and the day before that, it's supposed to be a silent period when in fact all the posters are taken off. Why this very strange kind of a permission was granted for those 24 hours to put up that posters, that I'm not able to explain, because I've not been able to speak to any official who would explain that. But certainly the movement from Kerala, which is otherwise ideologically very set in its party loyalties, moving towards a personality cult, I must say, whether it is Thiruvananthapuram or even Wayanad or elsewhere, where the Prime Minister himself is a personality who certainly will be hoping to influence this election, promising those dreams and jobs and other development that he has been saying will come to Kerala once you have a similar government here, or more number of MPs from Kerala represented at the centre as well. So that kind of perhaps sums up. Things looked very cool, and unlike in most other states where you see the last minute rush, that's not what I saw here in Kerala. They seem to be the early birds, vote early, very clear on their political ideas and ideology, and vote accordingly. So the outcome, of course, only June 4 will tell. Back to you.
Okay, as you say that, Uma, about Kerala and people in Thiruvananthapuram wowing Bengaluru, wanting to turn that into a Bengaluru, what we wow from here to Kerala is the voter percentages and the political astuteness and the awareness. But yes, it's a fascinating contest. As you said, when you use the word cool at the end, I found that a bit of a mismatch to what we are seeing right here. It's hot weather, a hot political campaign, and it gets hotter in North Karnataka and in Hyderabad, Karnataka, where temperatures can really soar. As we do that, as we head into that campaign, we've had a heated debate between GS Prashanth and Smrudh Hegde. We started with a handshake. Let's end this also with a handshake. GS Prashanth and Smrudh Hegde. Good luck to the two of you. Hopefully all rules of the Model Code of Conduct will be maintained. All speeches will remain within the framework of the Constitution, and we will have another fascinating contest play out in North Karnataka and Hyderabad, Karnataka. Before I leave our viewers on the show, Sandeep Shastri, quick word on the heat in North Karnataka and Hyderabad, Karnataka. That's something that's a worrying factor.
I think as you will yourself be touring not only will be the weather heat be much more complex than this, I think the political heat also will be much stronger. But let's hope it sheds more light than only heat, is I think the hope that all voters have.
We'll brave that heat and go on our election journey for phase 3. We'll go to Shimoga, Hubli, Gulbarga and carry on our election journey through phase 3 as well. That's all we have time for on the show. News and updates continue right here on NDTV.